Long ago, in a small village nestled among towering mountains, there lived a teacher named Ma. People called him the kind master Ma, for he taught not only letters but also the way of being human. Among his many poor pupils, there was one boy who touched his heart the most. The boy's family owned nothing more than a shabby hut. Meals consisted of wild greens, yet his devotion to his parents shone like a gem. He would rather go hungry himself than let his parents starve. Seeing this, Master Ma was deeply moved. He thought to himself, a child who shows such filial piety will surely be blessed in the future. From that day he taught the boy wholeheartedly, not only in knowledge but in the principles of life. And indeed, his life slowly opened into another path, for it was filial devotion that invited blessings to his doorstep. Yet life is not made of good people alone. Elsewhere lived a young man named Meng Shang. His literary talent was dazzling, his words sharp enough to sway crowds. But alas, instead of using his gift to uphold truth, Meng Shang twisted words to turn black into white, and white into black, making wrong seem right and burying justice under deceit. For a time, people admired him, and he basked in false glory. But one day, the underworld messengers knocked on his door. Before the king of hell, he realized too late. Talent misused is like a blade cutting others, then wounding oneself. Fleeting fame dissolved like mist, leaving only infamy behind. There was also the tale of a maiden named Qiu Yo. She was beautiful, but her true beauty lay in her heart. Though born poor, surrounded by temptations and ridicule, she remained pure and steadfast. She would never sell her dignity for wealth, nor surrender her virtue to despair. Her life was filled with suffering, yet her integrity drew respect and admiration. People came to understand. Beauty fades, talent passes, but virtue endures. Only character leaves a legacy, a true wealth beyond gold and silver. Further away lived an old farmer named Li, honest and humble. He tilled his fields without thought of riches. One day, villagers whispered of a heavenly treasure chest hidden in the mountains, which would open only to the blessed. Many rushed to claim it, among them a strong young man named Iron Ox, with greed burning in his chest. He dug furiously, dreaming of instant fortune. Old Li only chuckled. If wealth is meant for me, it will come naturally. If not, chasing it is useless. In the end, the chest never opened, and Iron Ox suffered for his greed. The villagers then understood. Only those with virtue reap true fortune. Without blessings, even endless craving yields nothing but ruin. Then came the story of a merchant named Bouquet. He traded for a living, yet was not greedy. Seeing villagers risk their lives crossing a fierce river, he spent his own wealth to build a bridge. Thanks to that bridge, countless lives were saved. But when his destined time came, underworld messengers arrived to claim him. Yet, touched by his merit, even the messengers pleaded with the king of hell to extend his life. Thus, from the brink of death, he was granted more years, during which he continued to do good deeds, leaving behind a fragrance of kindness that lasted for generations. And then there was a strange legend. The king of hell once descended to earth, disguised as a ragged beggar. He knocked on many doors. Some drove him away with scorn, offering not even a grain of rice. But a few opened their hearts, sharing food and clothing. Those who showed compassion later received blessings, while those who turned away soon met misfortune. The lesson was clear: treat the lowly with kindness, for no one knows who hides beneath rags. Perhaps a god, perhaps a Buddha, or even the king of hell himself, testing the hearts of men. These stories, though told separately, fit together like mirrors reflecting the human condition. Filial devotion brings blessings. Deceit invites disaster. Greed devours its own host. Kindness and compassion can even rewrite fate itself. All revolve around the eternal law of cause and effect, echoing through time as a reminder of the path every human should walk. As we listen to this string of tales, it feels as if we are walking down an ancient village path, lined with mirrors that reflect the truths of human nature. Each story is one such mirror, and together they form a great painting of life's moral fabric. What is remarkable is that although these stories arose hundreds, even thousands of years ago, their meaning is as fresh today as ever, speaking directly to our lives. The first story, of Master Ma and the filial boy, reminds us of a simple truth: the root of all blessings is filial piety. In every culture and every age, devotion to one's parents has been revered as the foundation of virtue. The boy had nothing, no wealth, no status. By caring for his parents, even at the cost of his own hunger, he received the priceless gift of a teacher's guidance. Had he been selfish, would such fortune have come? It was his filial heart that opened the door to a brighter destiny. Today, in our modern world, many chase money and ambition, forgetting the quiet needs of aging parents. Yet this story reminds us, filial devotion is not just a duty, it is the soil from which all blessings grow. In stark contrast stands the story of Meng Sheng. Here is a man who mirrors a type we still know well today, the talented yet corrupt. His words were sharp, his wit dazzling, but he used them to twist truth, defend the powerful, and crush the weak. Talent is meant to illuminate the world, but in his hands, it became a knife cutting into justice. He was not a fool, on the contrary, he was too clever, and so fell prey to temptation. By the time the messengers of death came for him, his regret was too late. The lesson is chilling. Talent without virtue is like a ship without a rudder, destined to wreck upon the rocks. The tale of Kyun shows us another path. Her life was marked by hardship and sorrow, yet she clung to her integrity like a flame that no wind could extinguish. Beauty and talent she had, but she did not rely on them, she relied on character. While beauty fades and intelligence wanes, virtue alone endures, echoing long after death. Kyun teaches us that dignity is the only treasure worth guarding. It is a wealth no one can steal, no time can erode. The story of Old Lee and Iron Ox is a lesson in the nature of fortune. Old Lee, content and humble, refused to chase the mountain's treasure, trusting that blessings come only to those who are destined. Iron Ox, however, was consumed by greed. He clawed at the earth, demanding wealth from heaven, but received only misfortune. This is the law of cause and effect. Greed never satisfies, and often destroys. Even today, scandals of corruption and fraud all sprout from the same poisoned seed of endless desire. Old Lee reminds us, to stop at enough is wisdom, to let go of greed is the only way to keep lasting peace. The merchant Beggar is proof of kindness's power. He was not a sage, just a trader, but his compassion led him to build a bridge that saved lives. That single deed changed his destiny. When death came, his merit spoke louder than fate itself, and even the underworld bent in mercy. The message is clear: good deeds are never wasted. They may not bring profit in the moment, but they become invisible armor, shielding us from calamity. True wealth is not what we hoard, but what we give. And then, the king of hell disguised as a beggar, perhaps the most unsettling tale of all. How quick people are to judge by appearance. They honor the rich, scorn the poor. Yet no one knew that behind the rags could stand a god, a Buddha, or the king of hell himself. Those who offered compassion received blessings. Those who turned away faced ruin. The lesson is timeless. Treat every person with dignity, especially the weak and the lowly. In helping them, we plant seeds of fortune in our own soil.